Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. I'm just setting up, so you bear with me. Just trying to get my laptop on so that I can see what you guys are saying. Usually takes about 30 seconds. Let's just get this. Well, there's a few of you around, so I'll get firing away. Here we go. I'm hopefully set. I'm not sure if Andy's going to be around. I'll rest that on my laptop. 8 people, so Hassan Malik, hi mate, how you doing? How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Hassan Malik 99. Wow, I can't read that. Bro, it's Momo. Yo, Hassan Malik, good. Good to hear. Bro, it's Momo. I tell you, you have to make me work hard. I'm not so bad, Hassan Malik. Guys, I'm here in just outside Paris in our flat, and yeah, I drove over on Sunday, no, Tuesday. Bro, it's Momo. I'm knackered, mate. I drove to London on Saturday, a precious little sleep. Went to the game at Fulham and drove over to France on Sunday. So I'm just trying to get the tiredness out of my system, and it's gonna take. It usually takes a few days. And Friday night or Saturday morning, I'm gonna come back. How's the weather, Hassan? It's been pretty decent, but it's a bit cloudy today. Looking out the window. Wassa, is that Wassa? Hi mate, how you doing? And that's Tony Maroney. Hi mate, how you doing? Yeah, the weather's a bit cloudy today. It's nice and warm yesterday. That's Danny. Afternoon, mate. Hope you had a good trip to France. Big game tomorrow. Come on, City. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, Danny. Danny McArdle. Big game. Yeah, trip over wasn't so bad. No Aguero, Wassa. I've not had a chance to listen to Pep's press conference. I've been running around today. But in all reality, you know, we'll look at that game and say, Cardiff at home, do we really need Sergio Aguero? He can have a rest. Wolves going to be United tonight. I hope so. King of assist. It'd be absolutely fantastic. It'd be interesting to see who you guys want to finish in the top 4. Obviously, we expect City and Liverpool to be there. But who do you think is going to finish 3rd and 4th? Let's have a look. The Techers Gamer. Is Aguero right for the Cardiff clash? I'm not so sure, mate. I mean, I think, in all probability, if he was... Yeah, if they were even a little bit worried about him or they had a slight niggle, they play Gabby Jesus. You know, we've got to look at a team like Cardiff, and we've got to expect to beat them. I mean, let's be quite clear. We're playing at home. We should be beating them. You know, even comfortably, without being sounding arrogant. We should be beating them quite comfortably at Etihad Stadium. And we certainly don't need our top guns, you know, firing for this game. We do need to win the game. There's no question about that. And you know, but I would probably still rest Aguero, bring him back for Brighton and Spurs next week. Don't take any chances. As I said, I don't think there's any need to take chances. So King of Assists, 3rd Arsenal, United, Tottenham, and Chelsea. It's going to be interesting. I don't exactly get what you're going to say there. Tony Maroney beat them 5-0, yeah, away. Techers game is saving from Saturday, I think. So want to see Sana play a striker like he did during... Chris, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It'd be very interesting. We could see Sana. Why not? Why not play with a false number 9? But then, you know, you got Gabby Jesus. You know, the problem is if you play Sane up front, then that means you drop Gabby Jesus. I just don't think that's right. You know, I'm not sure who I'd play. I don't see why you can't play Gundogan again at defensive midfielder. Give Fernandinho just a little bit more time. So we're going United, Tottenham and Chelsea fighting for fourth. All right, so it's in Arsenal going to get third and the rest are fighting for fourth. I just looked at Arsenal's running today and they got 5 away and 2 at home, so it's not so straightforward. Yeah, he needs to step up in the big games. He's not been doing that. He's only been scoring against lower teams. Hassan Malik, I guess you're talking about Gabby Jesus. Do you have a game in hand over Liverpool? Yes, we do. And would like to see Foden get a good run out tomorrow night. Danny, the only way I'd want Foden to play is if we're winning 3-0. Get him on. You know, as much as all of us would like to see him play and like to see him start games and play games, manager Pep knows a little bit more than us, and some of them, you know, there's some other know-it-alls out there, and we've never said we know it all. We just give an opinion. But there's people out there who think they know it all and they're telling Pep and criticising him and saying you should be starting with Foden. It's a load of rubbish. Man United game in 2 weeks is our game in hand. Well, we've got a game. I don't think Liverpool are playing this week, but they'll. All right, Chris, how you doing? Off the top of my head, we're playing this in midweek. That's our game in hand gone. But at weekend, we're playing against Brighton. That's our game in hand back to Liverpool. So they'll play an extra game this weekend, I suspect. Hi, Beyond Belief, how you doing, mate? I can't see Pep playing him now in this season. Who's that, Hassan Malik? You need to tell me who, you know. There's so many messages coming through, you have to work it out. So hi, Robert, how you doing, mate? Yeah, Southampton on Friday. There you go, Chris. So we'll get our game in hand back. So we'll be equal after tomorrow. Liverpool will play on Friday and we'll have game in hand again. Tekka's game, I highly doubt we'll lose all our next matches, but if we are still confirmed, yeah, we've got. I'm not going to worry about that. Tekka's. Hassan Malik, Foden, yeah, I can't see honestly Foden starting any game this season unless we, for argument's sake, it's very, very unlikely. If we wrap up the season, the title with a couple of games to go, then yeah, I can see Foden starting a league game. So Rissi, Corleone, Sane, Zinchenko contracts. We're still waiting to hear about Sane's contract. You know, I'm not going to overly worry about it. And same with Zinchenko. Do you remember my United game was rearranged because we played? Yeah, absolutely, King of Assists. Absolutely. So, you know, but you've got to remember, so our game in hand is being used to, because it keeps flip-flopping. One, will he play the under-23s? Nah, he'll go his first choice. You know, if he can get a point out of this game, he needs everything he can get. He can't just give up on the game. Zinchenko, 10-year contract. I think he might get a 3 or 4 year contract, probably 4 years. The Mangler, he got a new contract, Tekka's gamer. He's got a new contract, and I expect him to be sold in the summer. Chelsea and Wolves might get some points from Liverpool, hopefully. I don't know Hassan Malik. You know, you really don't know who is going to be able to take points off Liverpool and who can take points off City. I mean, you know, look back at City and say, you know, against Leicester we were 1-up and we lost the game. Against Palace we were 1-up and we lost the game. Against Newcastle we were 1-up, we lost the game. You know, sometimes you just can't see, you can't envisage what's going to happen. I mean, all those games, I didn't think we'd lose once we took the lead. Hi, Kamal, how you doing, mate? Just rub my eyes, side eyes, guys, tired eyes. Manga going to Galatasaray? Possibly, mate, possibly. We just want a fee out of him. If we left in the summer after his contract ran out, he'd be going for free. We're getting out. This way, maybe we get 10 million quid out of it, so I can see we're doing it. Can we do the quad, Robert? It's possible, mate. Anything's possible. Is it likely? You know, obviously every game we win, it gets closer to that quad. But I'm still not counting any chickens. There's still, you know, there's still lots. There's still a lot more to do. A long way to go. Just take it one game at a time. Hey, away wanting to get banned straight away. You know, my fingers ready for timeout. Timeout for Aways. I'm all right. Yeah, beyond belief. Everybody's throwing the games against Liverpool, but it doesn't matter. Tekka's gamers wants this Champions League. Most old school fans that I talk to want the Premier League this season. You know, we want to get it back to back. It's not been done for over 10 years, I think. And yeah, I think we want back to back Premier Leagues. It'd be really, really nice. Just click on your laptop here. It would be really, really good to do back to backs. Champions League. No, there's plenty of time for that. Exactly, Tony Moroni, Premier League. With Aguero injury, I don't think it's serious. But he might just be rested tomorrow and we get Gabby Jesus because we're playing Cardiff. I was going to say only Cardiff, but you just don't know who can take points off you. That's it, Chris. We win all our games, we win the league. Can't say anything else. Rissy, Premier League, yep. Danny, great win for our U team last night, the final against Liverpool. Tom, have you heard about this Everton sources from Brazil? Oh yeah, I did I'm sure I did a video a month or two ago about Everton. Suarez linked to City, so go and check it out. It might be a video on its own, or it might have been part of another compilation video where we talk about 3 or 4 subjects, but it can't be that long ago, within the last couple of months. Well, there you go. Where's Aguero missing the game? He's my fantasy football captain, so it's a shame he's going to miss if he misses the game. Be back for the weekend. Chelsea looking against Cardiff, absolutely. But King of Assists, I watched Monday Night Football, and where they showed virtual reality of that, what the linesman could see, and he couldn't see what was going on, and by the time he could, it was too late. So, it's the sooner we get VAR, obviously, the better. Yep, Liverpool and Man City win all the games. City win the title. Gerard Mulcair is going to Brighton on Saturday and Tottenham on Tuesday night. Hopefully me too, mate. Chris Welch, checkers Man City, to be honest. Scousers look good on that. You never know, Zach. It's been going on all season. Wan-Bissaka, wouldn't say no. It might cost us about 35, 40 million quid, but he's an up-and-coming kid, and you're going to have to pay for potential these days. Pay big time. I'm going to Robert. I'm in Paris, mate. I'm in Paris. We'd already booked our holiday a few weeks ago before the Cardiff game was announced, and then obviously they shoved this Cardiff game in, and I'm already in Paris with my family, so I'm coming back on Friday night or Saturday morning for the FA Cup semi-final. It's just one of those things. If they hadn't, if they told it, obviously it's one of those things. If they told us a few more weeks in advance, then yeah, I could have rejigged my schedule and I could have gone to the game. And I've got a ticket for the game, so I would want to go. I'm a season ticket holder. I'd like to go, but it is what it is, and family comes first. And they're already on holiday. I mean, they needed me to drive here, so I couldn't leave them in the lurch. Let's have a look. Best City player in history, Panache Tapera. It's hard to say. The best in my lifetime, David Silva. Beyond belief, Aguero and Jesus out for a while. Would Pep use? Beyond belief, he's put Sterling up there before as a false 9. I think Sane can do it, so I'm not worried either way, to be honest. Mahrez could do it, but I don't think Mahrez is capable of doing it. Tom, if Man United buy Sancho 100 million, I think we get 15% of the fee off the top of my head, so we'll get maybe another 15 million quid. Andy's going. Well, it isn't Andy's turn. I mean, normally if we can both go to games, mostly at home games, we both go to home games. It's just the away games I go to, probably most of them. Andy will go to some if I've got family commitments or whatever, or work commitments. It just happens like that. You got work. Sometimes you book work. Sometimes I book work over a year in advance, so you just don't know what's going to happen. I hope we batter Tottenham. That'd be really cool. Hassan Malik. Hey, C. Sebastian from California. Wonder what time it is in California. Must be sometime in the morning. Away, so we go to City games together. Most home games we're there together. What do I do for a living? I do all sorts. I don't. Right now, I'm doing a lot of charity work. I've done lots of different jobs in my life, but right now I'm doing a lot of charity work with disabled children, and probably going to do that for the rest of this, so up to and including the summer, and then I might go back into doing some teaching after that. Yeah, Zach, yeah, when we saw it, the Spurs new stadium looks like a toilet seat. When we looked at that from above, when it was being built, it did look like a toilet seat. Whose last game will be more emotional, Company, Silva or Aguero? Wow, Tom, that's a hard question. Right now, I couldn't say. I think each one's going to be emotional. There'll be plenty of tears for all of them. I couldn't tell you right now which one. You know, I'd have to live through the time to see. Dybala, outstanding player, very expensive beyond belief. Sancho leaves, can't see too much. Kamal, I think it's a possibility, but would he come back to here? If Pep was here, I don't think so. I don't think we'd take him back. Robert Lang, yeah, I've met a few City players. I mean, you don't meet them for very long. I've had stuff signed. I've got a shirt signed by Pep, Fernandinho and Bernardo Silva, and that was a prize for a competition that we're doing. I met other players. I had pictures with, I think, Mendy, Phil Foden, one or two others I've met. But you don't really get much time to speak to people, to be quite honest, because if they're in signing autograph mode, they just sign your autograph, move on, do a selfie, move on. As I said, you don't get much time. I sometimes chat to the ex-players. You get a bit more time with them. Oh, Michael, let's have a look. The title race reminds me of when Chelsea won the Premier League with 1 point ahead of United. Chelsea at 1 United. Yeah, King of Assists, it could be similar, except that, it'll probably be at least 8 or 10 points higher. Will Mendy play tomorrow? To be honest, I don't know. I mean, if he's really fit and they're happy with his attitude, I can see him coming off the bench. I can see, my idea is to get ahead, get 2 or 3 goals ahead, and by 60 minutes, get Zinchenko off, put Mendy on. I think that's my ideal way. Get Gundogan off and put Fernandinho on for 30 minutes. That's my ideal way to do it. Tom, is there a chance that Aguero, Silva and company will all leave at the end of next season? I think that's unlikely, Tom. Sergio's got 2 years left on his contract. I think company will get an extra year. I mean, it could be that company and Silva both leave at the end of next season and Aguero stays for 1 or 2 seasons more. But I think it's going to just depend. If David Silva is in top form, then why can't he stay for another year? City would offer him that, and then it just depends whether he'd want to take it. Yeah, Chris, we don't have to beat the Spuds 3 times. In fact, we can draw twice, beat them in the league and draw twice in the Champions League and get through. But to be honest, I just like to beat them every time. Keeps that momentum going, keeps that positive feeling going with the players and the fans. Score prediction tomorrow night. I think I can't see us getting more than 2 or 3, so I'm going to go with 3-0, Chris. Yeah, Mike Somerby always has a time for a picture. Camel Dwyer. What happens if City win the league at Brighton? I suppose it will be. I'm just trying to lost all my messages on my phone. I'm having to read them off my laptop, so bear with me. Ray J737, considering Champions League, we have Spurs 3 times, absolutely. Did you see Michael Richards was at the FA Youth Cup game yesterday, Tom? No, I didn't watch it, Tom. I watched a little bit of the Arsenal game, and then I was involved in some discussions and heated debates on Twitter. Robert Lang, what's your favourite away stadium you've been to? Blimey. I do like Fulham. I do like Fulham's ground. I played there in a charity game about 15 years ago, I think, 2004, 2005, around that time. And I really did like their stadium. It's very nice. The walk from the tube station through the park and along the river is very nice too. Well, Lloris, oh yeah, Lloris. I mean, he's a calamity now. So I think he's. Spurs really need to look for a new keeper if they want to go further and challenge more next season. They need to be getting themselves a new keeper. Who that is, no idea. King of Assists, yes, I do have BT Sports at home. You can tell Spurs will win 2-0 in the home leg, then boss leg. I will, mate, Tom, if they've won 2-0 in the home leg, I really will be panicking. I don't want to lose to them. Drawing away, I'll take, but I'd rather win. Just go for the win, take some pressure off. Will KDB start? Well, he started the last game against Fulham. I don't see why he can't start, but then you look at it and say, can KDB play 3 games in a week? And then can he play against Spurs next week? So could be that we go for Mahrez. I mean, what's wrong with going for Mahrez tomorrow night? Well, the Saints make Liverpool drop points away. I mean, Saints are doing pretty well. You know, they're on a good run of form. I expect Liverpool to win, though. Yeah, beyond belief, don't lose to the refs. You know, that's a terrible way to lose. Mr. Smooth. Hi, peeps. Your local nice Liverpool fan checking in to check on our rivals. Tom, Burnley and Crystal Palace will be tough as United. Yeah. I mean, our away games are really, really tough. I mean, Palace, Burnley, United, you know, they've all got something to play for. You know, Burnley are just above relegation positions. United always want to beat us, and Palace always tough. Yeah, King of Assists, we shouldn't have lost to Palace. Regardless of the fact that they scored these worldy goals, we should have done a lot better. Wow, see, Sebastian, that's a long thing. Your opinion of Sancho Manu move. He came from our youth and wasn't able to break out here, but does in Germany. Is he worth a hype 100 million? I don't think so. I mean, look, yeah, you say, look at how he played against Spurs. He wasn't, you know, anything fantastic. I think the German league, you can see it's an easier league. And 3 teams got beat by English clubs in the Champions League round of 16. So I think, you know, he can shine more there than he can here. He wouldn't have got into City's team this season. Who do you think will get relegated with Huddersfield? Well, I think Fulham are down, and I think it's between Cardiff and Burnley. And wouldn't be surprised if it was Burnley. I mean, I think it's between those two. I think Southampton are probably just too good to go down. Alicia, how you doing, Alicia? Padjaz, what do you think of Liverpool beating Tottenham? Mate, I called it. I said Liverpool would beat Tottenham. You know, I didn't think it would come in the way it did at the time it did, but hey, that's the way it is. Guys, I haven't got too long to go. I was going to have a quick mention about Gundogan. Let's have a quick look what everybody else is saying before I say Gundogan. Joe Hart to the Mist and possibly New York. Joe Hart, I think he's gone from Burnley. You know, he's on a big slide, so he might do what like Rooney did, go to the MLS and play in a lower standard of football, but play well there. Alicia interview. I honestly always don't remember. If Alicia's the little Alicia, yes, I do know the little Alicia. She's about 10, 11 years old. Got to be careful on here if is that Alicia. Declan Rice is not a City player. Sol and Ndombele and a winger would be nice. Mahrez is not the answer for us. Sadly, I think you're right there. King of assists in some of those. Dave Walton take those. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, okay, mate. No need for silly comments, Dave. Gundogan always plays well whenever he plays for us. Massively underrated. He's a good player. You know, if you give him... I know who your dad is, Alicia. Yeah, I always said if Gundogan gets time and space... then he's a world beater. Tom, are you going to Asia on the pre-season tour? Well, sadly, Tom, I'm working. Dave Walton, good luck, Dave. Enjoy your ban. We don't, to be honest, Dave, we don't need idiots like you on this channel. Hide user. There you go. Bye-bye, Dave. Enjoy your permanent deletion. It's Asia tour. I've actually got some work which I booked a few weeks ago. See you later, Chris. Take it easy. Next City game's tomorrow against Cardiff. Home against Cardiff. Yeah, so Tom, the Asia game, I would have liked to go to China, but I've got some work the weekend after the Chinese games, and I really don't think I'm going to get back to England and do that weekend's work that I've got lined up. Just trying to see if I can get to Japan. If I can waiting for check the date and see if I can make it. But to be honest, it's going to be really, really difficult with family and everything else. But it'd be fantastic to be able to get out to Japan, and I can practice my Japanese konnichiwa. Anyway, always rivalry between Liverpool and United. Yeah. I think we're getting a winter break next season, Tom. I don't know when it is. I've not really looked into that far ahead. I'm focused on this season. Dank Music. Yeah, I hope no signs a new contract. Well, I'll do the Gundogan chat now. I mean, he made a comment. He was asked about the contract, and he said, "Look, I'm old-fashioned. There's nothing wrong with letting your contract get to the last year and signing a new contract." You know, he's not giving anything away. Is he going to do it? Is he not? Absolutely no idea. You know, it'd be a shame to lose him if he winds his contract down. Because what he also said, you know, people think when you're in the last year of your contract, it's either separation or sign a new contract. He said, why can't you just get into your last year of your contract and then sign? So who knows what his, you know, his aim is, what his plan is. You know, I don't want to lose him on a free. Andy's not moderating the chat away. So I'm doing it myself. I've got my laptop out here. You misbehave, bang, you're banned. Yeah, Gundogan's got a year left on his contract. And as I said, if we let him go, I mean, to replace him, we're going to be spending 40, 50 million. So it's a lot of money. Did you see Sam Lee post that Alpha Puma kit, which was fake? I don't care about Sam Lee, you know. Was it a mashup kit, fake kit? And who knows? You know, look, journalists, they put a lot of stories out there. And I'm not having to go at Sam here. I'm just saying in general, because I'm more aware of the national press than websites and individuals. Putting more attention to them, and journalists just put out lots of stories and hope. It's kind of a scattergun approach. You put out 10 stories, you might get 2 right. So you know, you don't know why the others are wrong. Now, on transfers, for instance. It could fall down at the last minute for whatever reason behind the scenes, and we don't know about that. But journalists put a lot of stuff out there. When they get something right, they say, hey, I told you so. When they get it wrong, they let it slide. They don't remind you of the fact that they got something wrong, so don't worry about them. Yeah, he's waiting to see. Yeah, beyond belief. Gundogan knows we're looking for a young defensive midfielder. So that's, you know, throws a spanner in the works. If we get a Ndombele, we're not buying a Ndombele or Rice to make them play third fiddle behind Fernandinho and Gundogan. And so Gundogan knows he's slipping down the pecking order. So I think, you know, he is obviously worried about his future. Alicia, would we be able to do an interview with Pep? I think it's very, very unlikely. I mean, you need to get the permission from the club and Pep and his agent or whatever. I think it's extremely unlikely because, let's be honest, quite frankly, we're nobodies. I think, you know, if we were like some other channels, like the AFTV, for instance, where they've got almost 1 million subscribers, then you do have a bit more clout. I think, you know, for us to get any clout whatsoever, we'd have to probably get near 100,000 subscribers, and I just don't think that's going to happen. You know, you guys can tell all your mates, and we can get them subscribed, but to get to 100,000, I think that's very, very difficult. What other fan channels do you like? I don't watch that much. I watch a bit of AFTV because that's, you know, I was watching that about 4 years ago. Not, you know, within a year or two after they started, and find some of that interesting. But sometimes you do go there to have a laugh at them. But other channels, hardly anything. The mashup kit looks hanging, but some people love it. Yeah, look, you're always going to get difference of opinion. Some love it, some don't. Redmen TV, some of them are all right, some of them aren't. Away, Sammy, with my family actually in Paris. My wife and 2 boys are here. Do you think Tackle for Manchester will make a difference? Tom, I think it'll make a difference for some people. It won't cure this disease that we have of homelessness and rough sleeping. But it will make a positive difference for some people, and so that's why we've supported it. And if you want to go and check out the auction we're doing, that's in one of Andy's previous videos. We're doing an auction where we are auctioning off signed prints of I think 5 players: is Riyad Mahrez, Phil Foden, Leroy Sané, I think there's Zinchenko and Aguero, and then there's a Centurions poster, a print as well. And so far all the individual ones have been signed by the players, and the Centurion one, because there's a lot of players on there, we're just waiting for that to be signed by as many players as possible. And they're all been auctioned off for Tackle for Manchester, which, as I said already, they are looking at homelessness and rough sleeping across Manchester. So if you can support that charity, fantastic. at least go and check out Andy's video about the signed prints that are up for auction. Yes, Ray Jane 737. If Gundogan doesn't signal his intention shortly, they'll probably have to sell. Well, they might want to sell him, but it's up to the player. He might say, "I'm not going to be sold." You know, and then there's nothing City can do about that except not play him. But it's his choice. See you, Danny. Take it easy, mate. See you around tomorrow. Oh, it's getting to 100k is hard. Getting to 10k is hard, mate. You know, when we started, we were just happy with a few thousand. I don't think we'll get to 10k this season. Maybe by the start of next season, we'll hit 10k. Yeah, you know, the more the merrier, as we say. It's always good fun with you guys. You know, we can always also say quality beats quantity any day. The Techers game, and no, I don't go to every game. I'm not going to Cardiff, for instance, because I'd already booked this holiday with my family, and after we'd booked it, they'd put the Cardiff game in, and they shoved it into the fixture list, so I couldn't get to that. And with 2 young kids and some of the work I do and the charity stuff I do, I can't get to all the games. I've tried to get to all the home games, and as many aways as I can. I probably do about half the aways games in a season at the moment. Beyond belief, yeah. I only watch the fan channels when they're melted down. That's actually true. You see something come on social media and then you watch it, and you know, it is quite funny, I have to admit. Best app for fixture goals and transfer king. To be honest, I don't use anything. I don't use any apps. I just have you know, keep me ear to the ground on social media and the BBC. That's probably the sites I generally use. Beyond belief, City new fans like United fans will grow up with the same arrogance that the rag showed. I don't think so. I don't think so. Beyond belief, I think the young fans know about they know about what we've been through. So it's going to take a long time for those stories to not be told. And so newer fans, they hear about those stories. They hear about 1999 and Paul Dickoff and everything else, and the Gillingham playoff game. So they're not going to forget where we came from. Tom's asking my favourite non-City player. It has to be Messi, best player ever. My favourite City player of all time. That's my favourite City player of all time. That's David Silva. Of players I've seen. What more can Bernardo do to be City player of the season, Samuel? To be honest, he's up there. He's got to be up there neck and neck with Raheem Sterling. I mean, if he scores another 5 goals this season, scores some important winners and sets up goals, maybe he could be City's player of the season. That'd be absolutely fantastic. J Fresh Stunner. What's good, Ray? Everything's good, mate. Everything. Beyond belief, Wembley 99 or Aguero? Ah, you're putting me on the spot. Without Wembley, I'll just say, without Wembley 99, we wouldn't have got Aguero. Messi better than Ronaldo, Texas game? Absolutely. Tom, is it mad that in 4 years you'll have 400 kids subscribing? Say, I removed doing live Q&A with 33. I remember. Nah. Let's be honest, Tom. Let's be honest. In 4 years' time, I think we'll be looking to have 40 or 50,000 subscribers. Let's be quite honest and clear about that. You know, we're not... it's nice to have the subscribers. We're not just here for that. You know, we're here to voice fans' opinions as well as our own. You know, we're all entitled to have an opinion. Some people think we're not. We're certainly not fan reps. We're not representing the fans. We're representing... so we're a platform for your opinions and our own opinions. And there's nothing wrong with that, no matter what other people might think. Sterling's a player of season and Ballon d'Or. Well, King of Assists, he's got to be up there. You know, he's got to be up there with the numbers he's been putting out. He's just got to keep it going consistently to the end of the season. The United stand has only been around for 4 years, 400k. But you've got to remember, Tom, the United stand has a lot of personalities there, outrageous people, daft people, and their products, let's say, is for a much bigger fan base than at City. You know, the biggest current active City YouTube channel has about 20,000 subscribers, and that's been going, I don't know for how many years. You can go back to the BMR, the Blue Moon Rising TV, who've got 40 odd thousand, but they're not doing anything. They've just reset up. And someone asked me yesterday why are they coming back, and I think the reason is money. Money. That's why they're back. You know, they stopped because the company that owned them stopped the money supply. They stopped paying them. That was apparently the reason given. So those guys said, we're not going to do it for now. We want to be paid. So it's all to do with money. It wasn't love for City. It wasn't love for fans. It wasn't love for making videos. It was 100% to do with money. Now, I'm guessing a year later, a couple of years later, or whatever it is, they think they can make some money again. Yeah, I think it's 2 years now since they've gone. They think, okay, the time's right. We can make some money out of this. So the company supporting them are back. Something like that. I can only guess a little bit because obviously can't ask them. And if we did ask them, I'm sure they wouldn't give us an answer. Yeah, Jay Freston, Aguero's always overlooked, but it is what it is. We know how good he is. Bernardo for Ballon d'Or, Sane second. Come on, beyond beliefs. No chance Sane would be second. And people are not giving Bernardo the credit that he deserves. They just look at Sterling's numbers and they don't look at Bernardo and see that we've said he had a fantastic first half of the season. Yeah, Luke, 81 final. Hated that. It was good for a few minutes while we were winning. Tom, how did I meet Andy? On Match.com. Are you friends with Stephen from here? Absolutely not, Robert. You know, don't really know the chap. Don't talk to him. Only used to on social media a little bit. And there's been a parting of whatever conviviality there used to be. And yeah, I'll say this: we still take a fair bit of abuse on Twitter from certain parties and their friends. If that's the you know, how they want to do it, that's their choice. That's their problem. I'm not going to worry about them. Will Foden start against Cardiff, Finland? No. One word answer. United stands very crude when they comment on rivals. Yeah, exactly. And that gets them some popularity, and I think they get involved with BT as well and Sky, and those organisations. They just go for the numbers. You know, they go for that popularism. We need to increase our stadium capacity. Barcelona's massive king of assists, but have you seen how often it's full? You know, to be honest, you know, I think we will eventually increase our capacity, but you know, to get to about 63,000, but that'll be it when we expand the North Stand. Sign his contract situation, Ken Adams. I think he'll sign. I think, like Sterling and like others, you know, some of them take their time. I think they all probably take their time, and some are just kept under wraps and out of the media spotlight, and others, you know, questions are asked and answers are given. But I expect him to sign his contract. I've got no worries there. Tom, some of the BMR TV went to a City. Would you if you got the opportunity? Well, two of them went to City. I think Alex Hilton went off, and I know he's a comedian or comic or whatever. I think he does some stuff like that. Walter's a teacher, so he carries on doing his teaching. Would I work for City? I don't know, mate. That's honest. Depends what capacity. If they asked me to come and do some filming behind the scene, behind the camera, nah, I would not be interested. Beyond belief, do you see Leroy as a future Ballon d'Or contender? He's definitely got the skill. He needs the application, the consistency, and the attitude to be able to do that. Tom's asking, will Zaba return with the coaching staff? I hope so. I think he will eventually. And it would be really good to have our own kind of boot room with Zaba there, with Vincent Kompany there. That'd be absolutely fantastic. I can see that happening. Chris Linley, I think it's between Aguero, Sterling, or Bernardo Silva, player of the year, player of the season. I agree. I think it's more likely between Sterling and Bernardo right now. But if Aguero scores a couple of hat-tricks, he'll be back up there. Brad Niblock, what kind of business do you own? I don't normally talk about what business I do. Right now, I mean, living in France, what I've spent when we were living in France, most of the stuff I did in France, I was teaching kids. I was teaching them English, and I was a coach. I was a badminton coach as well, and then I did some voluntary work for a year, teaching adults and kids English, and that's something I'm passionate about. Uh, right now, in the UK, I do voluntary work with disability groups. I do run workshops for them, and I love it. I love that kind of thing, and you don't need to make money to enjoy your life. Yep, Robert. I remember BMR TV, and as I said, they went out of not out of business. The company that owned them stopped funding them, and those guys apparently said, "We're not going to do it for now. We want to be paid. If there's no money, we ain't doing it." So that was, I think, the start of the demise of BMR TV, and I think it's almost 2 years now, and apparently they're coming back. As I said earlier, I mean, I'm not having a go at anybody, but the reason seems to be about money. It's not for the love of the fans or the love of the city or whatever. The plug was pulled because there was no money. They were not making money out of it, and now possibly they can see an opportunity to make some money, so they come back. There's probably some more stuff behind it, but I'm not going to go into it. Who cares at the end of the day right now. Bradley McDonald, I think Fodder will start next couple of games. I really don't think he will, Bradley. King of Assist lineup against Cardiff: Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Mendy, Fernandinho, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Sane, Jesus, Sterling. I'm not sure we'll see Mendy start or Fernandinho start, and even KDB. I'm not sure. Is it easy to get TEFL qualified, Ray? Yeah, beyond belief. I think my course, when I did it years ago, was about a 4-week course. That's all you need. How many languages can you speak, and is it hard to learn a new language? Tom, the older you are, the harder it is to learn a new language. I can say I speak English fluently, and that's it. Other languages I can speak another 3. I can get by in 3 other languages. Obviously French, I've lived here 10 years, the Techers game. See you, mate. I'm going to be off in a few minutes too. So yeah, the earlier you can learn a language, the better it is, and the more you can immerse yourself in that country and its language, the better it'll be, Tom. Who's captain material at City? I think John Stones can be. It's hard to see. You want someone who's a leader. Laporte, I'm not so sure. Really is difficult right now to see who's the next big leader coming through. Bernardo, he's going to be loved by everybody, but is he a leader? I just don't know. Walker, I doubt it. I mean, now when you look at it, the captain on the pitch tends to be David Silva. It tends to be Fernandinho. It might be KDB, could be next. Doctor, he's back from Selamat Datang. Doctor, I think he's from Indonesia. Robert Lang, who would you play against Cardiff? Against Cardiff, I'd start with Edison in goal. I'd have Walker on the right. I'd probably have... I might give John Stones a start with Laporte. I'd have Zinchenko on the left. I'd have Gundogan in the centre. Probably have David Silva. I might give Mahrez a run out. Jesus. And off the top of my head, Bernardo again. I'll leave Bernardo in. Andy's working today, guys. So he just can't even be here to moderate. KDB for captain. He's one that springs to mind, mate. Who else can it be? How did Vinny get the ammo when Tevez was captain? Well, Vinny's a leader, and Tevez isn't. He never really was. Edison, nah. I don't think Edison. He's too cool. I can't see him shouting and screaming at the players when it needs to be. Otamendi will see next season, or will he move, Doctor? That's very interesting. Well, Otamendi, he's around 30 years old. He's not getting as much game time as he used to. I don't think he's going to be pushing to leave, because he's probably quite happy here. He's got mates here. I think the setup with Pep and everything else is great, and he's getting plenty of money and he's winning titles and whatever. But he's not getting as much time as he would like, and I think that probably is frustrating. So if a really top club came in, for instance, if Barcelona came in and said, "Hey, Nico, we want you," yeah, I mean, that could be a reason for him to move on. King of Assist, I don't think any City players are watching us, mate, but we keep trying. We'll do our best. Well, let's do it another 5 minutes, guys. Let's get it. This is for the fans. That's right beyond belief, you know. Do you think Robert Lang will want to get a start eventually? Well, look, I said earlier in the video, if we somehow by hook or by crook get ahead and win the league with a couple of games to go, then I think Foden will start the last 2 games of the season. And he isn't a United fan. Stones always seems to start the season great till November time, and he falls off for the rest of the season. I don't know, Tom. You know, I mean, sometimes injuries can take their toll, and you can lose a bit of form, and when you come back, it can take you time to get back into it, and you don't have that time sometimes. Yeah, King of Assist, we try and do a live vlog every other, you know, during the during the international break, we're doing a live vlog every day. Other channels have, you know, have done live vlogs in the past, but I'll be honest, you know, we don't make money from the live vlogs. We don't make money from anything at the moment, and I suspect doing live vlogs doesn't make you as much money as doing videos, and that's the only reason I can see other people might not be so keen on doing them, but we are, because it's fun. We love doing these live vlogs, and new fans that get on and chat with us, you seem to enjoy it too, so it works. And since we're not here to make money, we don't put videos out for clicks, we don't put videos out to make money. We can do whatever we like, and we can do stuff we enjoy, stuff you enjoy, and we can do more of it. Yeah, you go. Man City, 1 million subscribers, don't do live vlogs. Live vlogs are dangerous. People might say things that they shouldn't say. People can write stuff that a lot of people will be watching the live vlog will read. It takes, you know, a bit of work, you know, a bit of monitoring, moderating. That's what we're doing. Tom, would I swap Mahrez for Hudson-Odoi? Right now, swap Mahrez for a packet of fish and chips. I'm only kidding. But Hudson-Odoi's got a lot of potential. Mahrez was a great player. He's not doing the job. If I was offered Hudson-Odoi as a swap for Mahrez, I might ask for a little bit of money as well, but I'd probably go for that just because of how young he is and the potential he's got. Beyond belief, obviously. Can you see the Cardiff game getting tense if we don't break the deadlock early? Absolutely. We've got to break that deadlock early. Give Mahrez 1 more season? Yeah, I think so. I think he deserves that. Ray, are you good at football? Robert Lang? You ask Andy. I'm rubbish at football. I wouldn't go as far as saying rubbish. I was a wholehearted footballer. I had stamina to burn. I didn't have pace. I didn't have the best technical ability, but what I did have, I had a lot of stamina, a lot of effort. I'd give everything I could. I'd give more than I could. I'd get cramp, you know, work hard. I was a decent defender, I was a decent tackler. Knew what I was doing when I tackled, but I just wasn't fast enough to be a better footballer, and I didn't have the technical ability. And I'm not tall, but as I said, what I am is I'm a very hard worker, very committed. And I'll keep going when I've got nothing left to give. Yeah, Dr. Mangala's in the City squad, but he never play. I don't think he'll play for us again. He's got a new extension on his contract, but that's purely because if we let it run out, he'll go for free in the summer. We get no money. This way, we might get about 10 million quid. So we'll see. Mahrez is still class. He just needs to get his confidence back. Mangala and 60 million for Ndombele would be enough. That'd be fantastic, Tom. That'd be a great deal. I wouldn't swap Wan-Bissaka for Mahrez. That music. I think Mahrez is still a good player, worth a bit more. Ray de Jong. Yeah, I want to say that beyond belief, but hard worker. Absolutely not Ray de Bruyne, not Ray Silva. No, I was not that good. Ray Company, Maybe Ray Company. I can't pass the ball brilliantly. I'm not better than anybody, guys. Let's have, less of that. But no, I'm committed, and that's what I say. Whatever sport I played, guys knew that whatever sport I was playing, whether I was playing squash or badminton, or tennis or football, cricket, anything, I give it everything. I give it 100%. I'm well known for diving when I play badminton and tennis and squash. Now, when I dive around the court, and guys knew that they could never expect to win the point until it was actually won, because I was prepared to do whatever it took to stay in the rally. That's just the way I play my sport. Right, 2 more minutes, guys, and then we're off. Absolutely not, Dank. Play a fair game. No diving for me. If I want to win, I want to win fair. I don't want to win by cheating. Tom, would I go in goal? I actually played in goal for a team. It wasn't very good. I think the opposition scored half of us in goals past us, because I'm not that tall. I'm about 1.70 m. That's 5'7", and as goalkeepers go, that's too tiny. I'm certainly not going to save many shots that go over my head or in the corners. I'm just not big enough for that. I liked it in five-a-side. I like to do that. But guys, I think we're off now. I think that's time. We've had plenty of time for you to ask questions. Remember, Andy's at the game tomorrow, and I think he's going to do a live stream after the game, and we'll do some videos as well. Ray, Jay, yeah, thanks for the, for those nice words. We don't have schedules for live broadcasts because we've got live, and it just depends on what's happening at the time. When Andy was on holiday, he could do a regular slot, but other things, I've got appointments and things to go to and meetings, so we just do whenever we can. We'll try and give you about, an hour's notice. And if you subscribe to the channel, if you've hit the bell icon, you'll be notified as soon as we do new videos. So you should be notified as soon as we start a live stream. The game tomorrow, to be honest, I have no idea what the game's on.